check it out. What's going on, guys? Cassie from Jeep Gear and Gadgets, and welcome back to the channel. It is finally time to put some big old tires under the LJ. Recently, I had to change the exhaust and change the shift linkage. The Jeep is good to go. It is ready to ride. I have some 37s right back here we're gonna be putting on today. However, before I start talking about the tires, there are some other things I need to do to the Jeep to get it ready for 37s. So I'm gonna get the Jeep pulled into the garage. It is really hot out today. That Texas heat is no joke. Got the mini split in the garage, some AC. Let's get it in there and go over what we're going to be doing in this video. You know, guys, it's kind of crazy that 37s really aren't considered a big tire anymore. You know, newer Jeep owners can go get 37s, a lift, throw it on, and pretty much be good to go. But us older Jeep owners cannot do that. There is a lot of prep work. We got to make some upgrades. We've really got to strengthen the Jeep up to get it ready for that bigger tire size. Now, if you followed the LJ build at all, you'll know that we've already done the axle swaps, both the front and the rear, control arms, steering, we got the 513 gears in there. The Jeep is strong enough to handle 37s, but just because it's strong enough doesn't mean I can physically fit 37s under the Jeep as it sits right now. So if you look at it, I think you can see it from this angle, the rear is sagging. And even if the tires weren't in there, take it out of the tub, take that weight out, the rear is still sagging. So let's take a look at the front. We have the DIY Highline fenders, which leaves plenty of clearance for 37s under here. I got 35s on here now, so there's plenty of room. But if we look at the rear, there really is not enough clearance for a 37. So today we're going to be putting on some new Coil Springs from Clayton Offroad, and that should give us the height we need to fit a 37 under here. And then once 37s are on, later in the video, we're gonna also have to cut the corner armor, because once 37s are on and we start flexing, we are going to rub on each side, but we don't know where to cut until we get the tires on. So first things first, we need to get the jack, get some tools, get the old springs out, and get the new ones in. Got the Jeep jacked up, lowered the axle, disconnected everything needed to get the old spring out. So the previous owner had installed the Rock Crawler 2-inch triple rate spring. Now this is a good spring, but it just couldn't handle the load that I have on the Jeep right now. And by load, I mean I've got the spare tire, I've got the spare tire carrier, the rack, and the corner armor, and all of that stuff is really heavy. So to eliminate that sag, I'm going to be putting in the Clayton Offroad 4-inch spring. Now this spring, you can see, it is beefier, it's thicker, it's more of a heavy-duty spring. It'll eliminate that sag I was experiencing, and it'll also give me the height needed to put 37s under the Jeep. We're running the Clayton Offroad lift on the Gladiator right now. It's a really smooth ride. I like it, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a smooth ride on the LJ as well. But before I can get my new springs under the Jeep, I need to replace the bump stops, because these are they're rotting, they're deteriorating, they're pretty much, I think if I hit it with a hammer, it would just turn into dust right now. So I'm gonna change these out. Got some new ones in here. Just replace the bump stops and put everything back together and see how much of the sag is eliminated with the new springs. Okay, so I thought this would happen. This is a much thicker spring, and I need some man muscle because I can maybe make this thing move a couple centimeters if I'm lucky.
Do I get to sub in?
Then you get to sub in.
Oh, sweet.
Boing. All right.
Nice.
I said the spring, not put it all back together.
Being the cameraman is boring.
Trust me, I know. Time to do the same thing on the other side. So spring, bump stop. Moment of truth, I've got everything put back together, ready to lower the jack down. It definitely looks like the rear is sitting much higher than it was before.
So maybe you can fit 40s now.
Maybe jump on it a little bit to
Let
get
it settle
back down. Here we go, ready?
Yeah.
How's it look? Is it perfect?
It's perfect.
Nice.
I think we have to pull it out, like out of the garage
Yeah,
to
we
see
should.
it.
Okay, it looks a little higher, but I mean not much at all. It's much better.
I'd say it's not squatting anymore.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, it's probably it. It's not squatting anymore.
Nice.
Much better. 40s? Just kidding. I'm gonna pull the Jeep out of the garage so we can get a better look and see how the Jeep sits as of right now. And then it's time to go find a tire shop that'll actually mount 37s. Now, you guys are probably wondering, you know, what tire did I go with? Why did I go with that tire? I'm gonna dive into all those details once we get these tires mounted on the Jeep. So, let's get out of here. Now we've got a nice clean view from front to back. You can see that the rear, it's sitting a little higher right now than the front, but the springs are gonna settle over the next week or so, and I think it's gonna make it almost perfectly even. I'm happy with it. Now it's time to go into town and get these tires mounted. Locally, they're swapping the tires out literally right here. We pulled up, they started working on it, so see you guys when it's done. Got everything installed yesterday, found a local tire shop to install and mount the tires. You pulled up, they did it all right on the spot. It was actually kind of neat. Now, what tire did I go with? I went with the Arturo Trailblade Boss. It's an aggressive mud terrain tire. It has a super sick design and it's budget friendly. Now, why did I go with this tire? So, when looking to upgrade tire size, change your tires out, you got some options out there. So, you've got your high-end tires, and you've got your budget-friendly tires. So on the high-end side, you've got your Yokohamas, your BFGs, your Nittos, which we all know perform well. You know, Ben and I have been running the Yokohamas now for almost, I want to say almost 3 years, and we know they're a phenomenal tire. And then looking at the budget-friendly side, you know, you've got the Milestars, which everyone and their brother is running. So I wanted to choose a tire that, you know, not everybody else was running, something that would benefit you and me. So I can't do a review on this tire yet, obviously. I've got about like 10 miles on them, but we're gonna check it all out. We're gonna do a review later. We're gonna test out the road noise, see how the tread life holds up, see how the tread wears, and also test it off-road. So we're gonna be going, you know, in the rocks, in the mud, in the dirt, the sand, well, maybe not the sand, some snow maybe if I can find it. We're gonna test it out, see how it performs, and let you guys know. It has a super aggressive tire design, so I've got high hopes for it. I'm excited to get it out there and test it out for you guys and let you know later, you know, what we think of them. Now moving on to the springs, I could definitely tell a difference in how the Jeep rides with the Clayton spring in the rear. And I'm thinking it's because it's thicker, it's more heavy duty. And the ride, I'm not gonna say it was stiffer, but it was more sure-footed. It was a smoother ride. I like how the Gladiator rides with the Clayton springs. I like how this thing is starting to ride with the Clayton springs in the rear. I might have to change the front ones out too. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that since technically we lifted the Jeep, right? We went from a 2-inch rock crawler, triple rate spring to a 4-inch single rate spring from Clayton. We technically lifted the Jeep, so we lost a little bit of down travel because our shock, we aren't changing our shocks out. I just bought those shocks. I don't want to buy any more. So we had to put some shock extenders in. And we also had to extend the bump stops, which I didn't really go over, but I wanted to let you guys know that we did it because I'm sure someone will be in the comments telling me that I need to do those things. But that's all I got for this video. Ran out of time to go test the flex in the rear to cut the corner armor, so I'm gonna have to, you know, circle back to that one and let you guys know how it goes. As always, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I've got links to everything I talked about below in the description. So I'll see you guys later. My name's Cassie, and keep Jeeping classy.